Not too long ago, I was live on stream and I watched this video that Jez made about the worst story that Destiny has ever told, and it's obvious around the Lightfall campaign because that's when we saw the peak of player Destiny rise, and now we're falling down, and Destiny's back to being a dying game. But I thought this dude put together such a great video, and it would be a discourage if I didn't do my own reaction and share it with all of you guys. And I'll catch you guys at the end of it. And after playing Destiny, the new season, the new expansion, I am a little mixed on where I stand with Destiny because I feel like Destiny is right where I left off the first time around, where it's like Destiny by itself is a good game, but it still feels like it's leaving so much on the table, right? Like it's a cool game. It's the reason why I came back to it. Like it's fun to play, it's enjoying to play, but like Bungie is making some questionable decisions, to say the least. And I wanted to watch this video. This guy, what's his name? Hold on, I'll show respects. Jez. I was gonna say it's not Jev. It was like something, but the Jez. He made this 30+ minute video of saying the worst story Bungie has ever told. It's about this most recent update, so I kind of wanted to break it down and see where I agree and see where I disagree with him.
We open with the story so far.
13-page script. Holy shit.
Is kind of ruined and stinky. That's because of the collapse TM. But why collapsing? Bad engineer? No, it was this thing, the witness, or as I like to call it, the brow. However,
the brow, I mean, there's a lot of things I want to call this guy, but the brow was not one of them.
Broken glass is inherently cool, and thank you for doing that. My brain lackey. Anyway, we thought the brow was the dark.
My brain lackey too, I had to say.
But it only uses the darkness. Big diff.
Enjoy, man. Don't push too hard. You know, you can like actually kill yourself if you poop too hard on the toilet, so please poop safely.
Remember this chick from the last expansion? We technically killed her, but then her ghost got away. Uh-oh. So you're probably wondering where she's at. Don't even think about it, and we will not be addressing that. Remember the final boss from Destiny 2's first raid 5 years ago, Callus, aka the Rich Thumb? This is him heading into surgery, about to be empowered by the most giga baddie this franchise has ever seen. After 5 years, I can't wait to see how his story ends, and I'm sure it will be cool and big. The great egg that's been sitting in our lap since Destiny 1 has moved slightly upwards. Everyone shut up. We're in space with the egg, and it's time for a space battle, directly in space with spaceships. These triangles are actually Emperor Palpatine's ships from Rise of Skywalker. They freelance on weekends. The Witness kills exactly 5 of our ships, and 5 was enough to piss off the Traveler. It uses
5 was enough to piss off the Traveler. Oh, no one cares about the ad. Continue.
Hyper beam, except the beam is made of dreams and shrubs and sparkles, which is very pretty, but has no effect on the Witness whatsoever. Bit of a bummer really, but everyone knows normal type moves have no effect on ghost type Pokemon. The Witness
Yeah, this guy's funny as hell. This is a great video.
Also appears to possess the Reality Stone from Infinity War, which is surprising considering Marvel's recent decline at the box office. So we climb aboard Callus's ship, which is headed for Nepotism, Nep World Park. But why go to? Let's hear from the cranky old man who knows everything, but only when it's convenient to the story, Osiris.
Callus is after an artifact on Neptune, the Veil.
In the opening dialogue of Mission 1, we hear 2
I like this little beat that kind of goes with this, you know?
Words. The Veil. Every good mystery starts with a single loose thread. I can't wait to unravel this masterpiece.
Yes,
I know Disney imagined
this guy's actually really good.
Roller coaster is usually right between getting on and getting off the ride. 3P of the Lightspeed Crashland for old time's sake, dude. Third person, sorry for the abbrev. I thought I accidentally skipped a cutscene. There was so little transition between these spaces. I was spamming escape, checking my friend's streams, like, well, hang on, what did they see? What was their point of view? Oh, it was just a fate to Shut up and welcome to Night City. Dystopian megacorps like Arasaka.
Holy shit, this is a good video.
You effing moron. They're very different. Do you even play games? We touch the mysterious sexy web for the first time and get a nice little Death Stranding tutorial. This is only the first mission, so that makes sense. I can't wait to use the subclass fully now that we've gotten the learning out of the way. Now we meet the coked up rookie and the grizzled my wife hasn't had sex with me in years mentor. Blech, Nimbus and Rohan. The former keeps pushing Cabal with a surfboard like that's legitimate DPS, and the latter kills a tormentor in one shot by blowing up a few barrels. Rohan lets Osiris out of his cage, and if it isn't 6 foot versus 5'11", a visual novel. Osiris reminds us that everyone's only objective should be to get to the Veil immediately, but he doesn't elaborate. So how important is it really? And then Rohan says this.
Not all of us have lives to spare.
Rohan doesn't have a ghost that can resurrect him. When he dies, he's died. Except Osiris is one of the only guardians whose ghost also died. Resurrection mutually unavailable. And in conclusion, I have Ligma. Cloud Striders look like the cyberware from Cyberpunk was made by Pixar. Or like the Silver Surfer ran out of VFX budget halfway through production. Or like the Gambit Chrome shader bugged out on a tall human and they just went with it. I could keep going, but I respect you too much. This is what partnering with the most superior being in the universe gets you. A new outfit. and a new cup. The witness appears through a broken window.
I mean,
of
this is
reality
true.
to
If
ask
he was
Callus
supposed to get
has
like
the
a big
veil yet.
upgrade,
Apparently
where's
the
his
veil
upgrade?
the next
This is
step
not.
to the
This can't be
final
his final
shape.
form.
Please buy our next expansion also. It's supposed to be
Ugh.
the dramatic conclusion to the Light and Darkness saga. So when the witness says the veil is the step before final shape, that seems kind of important. I can't wait to understand. Technically, all these two colossal baddies did was stand in a room chatting, but I'm sure they'll do other stuff that's different from that also. Back at the Neon Tower, Nimbus says this.
And here you come, zipping around, smacking bad guys with green, stringy stuff. I mean, anyways, enough about you.
I have to say, I hate the dialogue. I know Bungie's never been one on big, like, exceptional dialogue, but holy crap, did these guys come out of nowhere? And then the complete ignorance of everything that's going on with the Traveler and the Guardian of the World. It feels like they went like from a whole nother reality. It doesn't even feel like they're from the same reality.
Now at this point, alarm bells are going off in my head. That style of dialogue is feeling kind of childish and is trying
well,
kind
what
of
do you
hard,
know?
But Finch said some cringe stuff here and there back in Witch Queen, and overall, I didn't mind him too much, so maybe it'll be like that. Apparently, Nimbus is a Cloud Strider, one of two security guards defending Neo Moon.
Yeah, that's the only issue. Is
I
that
said that earlier, but
there was
as we
like,
all know, a Google Doc.
was there only 2 Cloud Riders this whole time? Like, what happened to the rest of them? Because I thought this whole city was supposed to be, like, I get people are digitized here, but like, where are the other Cloud Riders? Is there only 2? Spoiler alert, there's just 1. Is he literally the Highlander now?
Is unchangeable. Now, why are there only 2 Cloud Striders for an entire city? That ratio feels...
Dude, I am this guy. Thank you for answering my question.
very specific. I'm sure they'll explain it soon. Then Nimbus says this about the veil.
I'd do pretty much anything to keep the Veil and the people of Neo Muna safe.
So the veil is as important as the safety of every person in the city. Let's add...
But if he knows about the Veil, right, but then doesn't know about Osiris, Strand, or any of the other stuff, like, where does the Veil fit in this?
Nimbus to the list of people who seem to know what the veil is while refusing to elaborate. I doubt this will grow over time. By the way, this one MacGuffin is the most important out of all the things. Okay, can you say what it is or why it matters? There's no time. Stop being selfish and evil, like Hitler. Instead, we get this line.
You know the Veil's in danger. I know where those big guys are headed. Let's go do some hero stuff.
As someone who's made a career out of
Holy hell, the writing on that.
trying desperately to be funny, this dialogue is trying desperately
You
to
are
be
working.
funny. Usually I wouldn't have a problem with that, except the tone of the cutscene moments before this was our universe is on fire, and the 2 capital B baddies of the franchise are moments from doing the thing, the bad thing. So Nimbus's one-liners being fired off like it's an open mic at a comedy club are feeling as misplaced as my faith in Bungie to tell a coherent story post-Witch Queen. Back to Osiris, who
This
tells
guy.
us this about
You know
Callus.
what?
His pursuit of this object, the veil.
I applaud this
is of
dude's
dire
editing. This is
importance.
fantastic.
He gets to it first. Urgency is key.
The old ... Finally, someone gives us a decent explanation. 3 dots in a row tells me all the things. No further questions, Your Honor. Let's go to recess and touch ourselves. In the meantime, why don't we add Osiris to the list of people who seem to know what the veil is while refusing to elaborate. Then we hear this on a radio broadcast.
All citizens are promoted to
Holy
active
shit.
defense duties effective immediately.
Now, the only problem with that is all citizens currently look like this. Yeah, those extremely transparent, vaguely humanoid glowy spots. That's because when Callus attacked, everyone fled to the cloud, like the iCloud cloud. The everyone signed up for Dropbox like their life depended on it cloud. You know,
But it actually
people's
did.
physical bodies are all in cryopods, so unless this is the prologue to Fallout 4, they ain't coming to help. Someone should tell the radio guy that only the 2 Cloud Striders and a handful of Guardians showed up to defend the universe. Callus does say this about the Veil, though.
We have captured the Veil. Well, the area around the Veil.
The witness tells Callus
Well,
to link
that's
the
nice
radial
to know,
mast
but
and
what is the
destroy
veil?
What's the radial mask, question mark? Why, it's only the new MacGuffin for the next 4 missions. Or more specifically, a USB cable, type V to T, because it's supposed to link the veil to the trav. For some reason, if the veil gets plugged into the trav, that's bad. So let's add Callus and the witness to the list of people who know what the veil is. Nimbus finally adds that we don't need any explanation as to why that's bad.
I don't think you need a warlord translation for why that's bad.
Every time someone mentions the dire stakes regarding the veil, there's also a hand wave and a wink, like we're all on the same page. And we are. Thank you for not wasting my time. But just when you thought Nimbus was appropriately respecting a tense story beat,
It's okay if we lean back and try a little trust fall. Well, if you drop us, it might be my funeral, but whatever, it'll be fun.
it's back to quirky, silly, I'm the best ever dialogue like Kate
Yeah, but
6.
Kate-
It was never funny and never liked by anyone.
That's not true. I love Cade.
So we're off to
Actual-
Callus' ship to destroy the radial. Along the way,
Actually, I
Rohan
did.
asks some
I
great
thought I might have been
questions.
like one of the 3, but still.
What is the radial mass capable of? How will it affect the Veil? And what is the witness planning?
Osiris, why don't you mail waves any possible explanation due to urgency? urgency. This is annoying and makes my pee-pee shrink. Because from Near Moon cutscene number 1, we've been pressured onward relentlessly without any satisfying context. Also notice that Rohan doesn't ask what the veil is. That's because he already knows. He's going on the list. We find the radial USB.
He's going on
it
the
was
list.
a trap set by Callus. He welcomes us to this final test of strength. Osiris tells us to ignore his effing bloviating, which is an 11 out of 10 choice of words. Credit where credit is belong. We kill all the things and get another strand tutorial for 76 seconds. Callus summons an immune boss, and that is my least favorite type of shield. It looks like this is the end for us. Is what I would have said if Caitlyn, Callus's hot single daughter, didn't swoop in out of nowhere and save us. She somehow lowers the barrier that was previously impenetrable, probably with the power of daughterhood and sex. We get
Oh
an
my
expository cutscene where
God.
Caitlyn describes her father. I think this is Daddy Cal stealing food from his baby girl. Callus used to be the
I think
Emperor
he's-
or super important super guy until he was overthrown by Gaul. You remember him from the vanilla Destiny 2 campaign like 5 years ago? If you
Oh
missed
my
that,
God,
I've
yeah.
deleted it from the game, so just take my word for it, I guess. There's Daddy Cal
Oh
with the witness again, and I still can't wait to see what sicko mode power
Why do
he's
they take
applying.
shit like
I
that
haven't
away
really
from the
talked about
game? That doesn't make
Osiris as a
sense.
character yet, but just vibing
That is not what Osiris looks like. There's no shot. This is what Osiris looks like underneath the hood.
his demeanor. He's very panicked and
Ain't no way.
cranky, but only all of the time. And those are certainly valid emotions to feel
Oh my God, it is.
because your ghost is dead. But also stop it because it's kind of a bummer. I did hear this one interaction that I really liked from him though. So at one point Nimbus says this.
You know, when I first got the full set of mods, I was making friends with the ground every 5 minutes. Takes a second to find your balance sometimes.
And Osiris says,
So it does. I appreciate the reminder.
that was a certified gamer moment of sincere connection, delivered with a side of convincing emotion by Osiris's voice actor. Give us warm grandpa who appreciates every moment now that he can't resurrect anymore. Instead of grumpy old troglodyte fumbling his saggy balls loser that no I know that was too harsh, but I really got carried away with the insult, and my backspace key is on leave, so I couldn't change it.
I don't. When I'm playing a game and I have characters and dialogue like this, I hate having to read extra paragraphs to gain extra context. Just put the words in there. Let me listen.
If you want answers around here, you need a master's degree in paying attention. Luckily, nothing gets past this laser focus. Nimbus says we should do this with the server.
If we can cycle the power, a hard reset like that should kick things back into gear.
We're literally turning it off and on again. Troubleshooting is similar in the future. We start mission 4 and out of nowhere, the ghost does something I actually thought was forbidden. He asks for an explanation.
Rohan, I think we're still a little fuzzy here. What exactly is the cloud art?
So we could just ask this whole time if we wanted more information. I have multiple asking to have. Also, this is the first thing the ghost has needed clarification on this whole campaign. He's going on the list. How else do you explain such an abysmal lack of curiosity? Rohan then says this about the cloud arc.
True.
City's network, our infrastructure, our people, our defenses. Everything depends on it.
That still doesn't answer my question.
Yeah, that's too many things in one thing. How about we diversify some of the stuff out of that risky bundle? We get another Strand tutorial for literally one jump. Cock and ball torture. We get Strand for another 16 seconds. That's not a joke, by the way. I time the footage every Strand tutorial. I am that petty, and I've been that petty. We kill a bunch of shadow
I've
boys.
been-
We Strand for another 53 seconds to escape the building before the big split.
Oh,
Back in
this
the tower,
guy.
Osiris
This guy is
fondling his
great.
Sugar balls and goes into a rant about the light and darkness, saying we thought we were the good guys because we wielded the light, but actually light and dark aren't even moral or opposite because the traveler is a gardener. Therefore, the light is the domain of the physical, like forehead kisses, and the darkness is the domain of my butthole. No, the psychological. For example, dreams, nightmares, emotions, pain, memories.
Oh, this guy's good.
Something
This
about
guy
a
is
river from
good.
an old nursery rhyme, and the conclusion is we are that river. But mentioning the river causes Osiris' arm to get very excited. A nursery rhyme being a major breakthrough is fitting for this level of story. And
From what I've
most
seen,
OnlyFans
untrue.
curvy
I
bottom and
love
sexy
this
people
guy's video. He's
bottom.
done a
It's
very
origin
good
bottom.
job.
And this time we actually get almost 4 full minutes before it's ripped away.
It's
So we're
crazy
over
that
halfway through
on
the
either
campaign,
side,
and
I've
we
noticed
still
that he has a
can't handle
blur
more than a
blur
few
filter.
minutes at a
I've just
time
not
with
noticed
the
that.
main selling point of the expansion.
But that's probably
The
just
constant
nice to keep the
yo-yoing is
center in
starting to
focus and
feel
everything
like my
else.
body
Yeah,
weight
no,
as
no,
a
no.
long-term
He's,
gamer. The
God, this is
justification
so
for
good.
why they keep yanking it back off us isn't great either. Ghost is saying we need a breather. Osiris is saying stop being a little bitch. Except we aren't backing away, are we? It's being forcibly removed. So that dialogue rings very hollow. Like Bungie's Vidoc, when they said you will feel like the tip of the spear. Does this look like the tip of the spear? Or does it look like my poopies burned my butt? Me ouchie. These little space fishies are my only reason for existing now. And if I can't have one as a ghost shell, my destiny journey ends here. And then Rohan
True.
says something that tilts me.
I need an
And
exact replica of those little fishes that float around. That needs to be my ghost.
that we're back to the writing.
That.
But stay
I
with
want
me.
that.
I know it's arrogant.
That
but
needs
it's
to be
as
my
a team of
ghost.
professional
And I need it to
writers,
move
I can
around
do
that much.
nothing
Look
of
at
value
that.
myself, but also I'm right about this. Yeah, this story
Dude,
hates
holy
you for counting. If you
shit.
believe there's no tension or stakes at all, you're dumb and stupid and hate children and have killed innocent people. Remember the screaming urgency of the first few missions? Well, what if we dove into a Kung Fu Panda, Master Shifu training Po, Rocky Balboa montage where we finally unlock Strand after all this time? No Strand have yet. Yeah, so I'm unclear on the timing and
No
purpose of
Strand
that
have yet.
spectacle, other than we're getting closer to the sexy web question mark. Just to remind you, this is a very serious and legitimate campaign. Osiris says this.
We have never struggled harder against a greater evil.
Thanks, Osiris. I couldn't agree more, and it almost didn't even need to be said. Anyway, this mission is another tutorial where we kill a guy.
God.
I'm happy to be here. I feel like a guy who's flown across the world to meet the hot chick he's been DMing online, praying she's real and not a guy named Jeremy. After 8 hours of campaign, the ghost finally says this.
That must be the
Sounds like that was
massive.
At the
from
risk of getting
experience.
out of my depth, it appears to be a psychedelic jellyfish-like substance. Interestingly, no one makes a single comment about the veil now that we are arrived. Not Osiris, not Nimbus. No one wants to elaborate on the Olympic-sized ayahuasca pool. Nothing in the universe has ever looked like this, and the characters that have been mouthing off all campaign have nothing to add. Well, touch me in my trauma spot. Here's why lore doesn't count for me when I'm evaluating a story. The campaign is the story you actually told, and the
This
lore
is
is
true.
the story you could have. The movie is the story the director actually told, and the interview where he clarifies some loose ends is the story he could have. The book is the story the author actually told, and their blog posts are the story they could have. I know you're mad, but stay with me. Can the extra tweets, blog posts, interviews, and knickknacks be interesting? Yes. Can they clarify? Yes. Can they tell stories? Yes. Can they gargle my balls? Also yes. All the extracurricular stuff in the world doesn't change the fact that you told the story you could at the time, and that is the story I experienced. Now, obviously my case is airtight, but if you disagree, you're wrong. No, it's obviously fine.
I know you guys had to have laughed as much as I did during that. The whole video is about a little over 30 minutes long, and the link will be in my description. I didn't want to show the whole reaction to the whole video just cut and dry because I felt like that'd be distasteful to what Jez edited in there. I shortened it down a lot, and I think it's well worthwhile you guys going in there and watching the full video. But if you guys are liking the energy that I'm putting out there, and if you're picking up what I'm putting down to say that more easily, go ahead and join me over on kickkick.com/orod. I will see you guys there. I stream every day for at least 4 to 6 hours. And I try to keep the energy high. So my only challenge for you guys is make somebody laugh today, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.